Hello and happy holidays, I'm Highsea, and this is Toku-Rev, your introduction to Tokusatsu movie and TV shows to help you decide what you want to spend your time watching. It's time to get into that Christmas spirit with my new favorite Christmas tradition on this Toku-Rev episode on Love and Peace. Love and Peace is a 2015 secret Christmas family film from director Sion Sono, known best for subversion of expectations when it comes to movie genres. Love and Peace comes as a left-field entry from the director best known for his 4-hour genre-bending film, Love Exposure, with themes of genital mutilation, upskirt panty shows, and ultra-violence. Sono's other films include Suicide Club, Hazard, and The Virgin Psychics. With a resume like that, he is, of course, the perfect candidate to direct a family-friendly Christmas movie.
Love and Peace!
If you've watched the Toku-Rev episode on Zebra Man, it'd be easy to draw the conclusions on why I'd be interested in a movie like Love and Peace, with a director best known for films showing ultra-violence and featuring heady subjects, tackling a lighthearted Christmas movie. It's easy to box people in and ignore that most creators have varying and complex tastes. In 2015, the Karlov Very Film Fest had 6 prominent directors present their favorite films that helped them define their own styles. Many of them chose what would be considered high art, but for Sion, it was the 1995 American children's movie, Babe. There's probably some more profound statement to that, but I don't dare dredge up the words for it. I just find this fact great and telling. Love and Peace has a surrealist feeling to just about everything about it, introducing us to our main character Ryoichi Suzuki, a meek salaryman who lacks direction and confidence. He's bullied at work, bullied on the train, and even bullied by his TV. I like to think we are viewing the world through the distorted lenses of Ryoichi's eyes, convinced everyone around him is out to get him, because he lacks the confidence to believe anyone would be able to see the value in his existence. He once had dreams of being a musician. It's evident when you look at the old album and music posters on his apartment wall. But he's giving up his dream to conform and become a clerk at a music instrument company, where his co-workers torment and bully him, with the exception of his equally meek female co-worker Yuko, who of course he admires from afar.
もしお腹が痛いならこれどうぞ。
Things change when he buys a baby turtle from a vendor on a rooftop, using the turtle as a symbol of inspiration and wanting to come out of his shell, and being the missing puzzle piece of his life. He becomes obsessed, looking to the turtle as a friend, imbuing the turtle with all of his hopes and dreams, giving him the name of Pika Don after a news report on Japanese culture for getting the A-bombs, cheering and giving the turtle board game money as he crawls across the board game of life, inspiring Ryoichi to create his own game map, made up of all the dreams he wishes to accomplish, starting with quitting his soul-sucking job and ending with performing at Nippon Stadium. As time goes on, he creates more and more elaborate sets for Pikadon to walk through, ending with his dream venue. He starts taking Pikadon to work, where he peeks out of his pocket. But when people find out, he is mocked and ridiculed by his coworkers and people on the street, to the point where he flushes his friend, who holds all of his dreams, down the toilet, immediately regretting what he's done. Doesn't this just scream Christmas cheer? Pikadon goes on an adventure in the sewer and comes upon an old drunkard named Pa. He collects broken toys and literally gives them life, adding Pikadon to his family of discarded things, from puppies to old Tinker toys. All the dejected have a home with Pa. There's Sulky, a mopey toy cat, Maria, the broken-hearted baby doll, and PC-300, a drunk robot toy. Maria asks Pa to give Pikadon the ability to talk, but due to a mishap, he doesn't give Pikadon the ability to talk, but the ability to grant wishes, leaving the other discarded toys, rabbits and puppy dogs, jealous. But Pikadon just wants to grant the wishes of Ryoichi. But the catch is, for every wish that Ryoichi has fulfilled, he will naturally wish for something bigger and bigger. But as his wishes grow, so will Pikadon.
これからこの亀くん捨てたご主人はことづくめなんだろうな。
From here, Pikadon and Ryoichi go on their separate intertwining journeys through the sewers and punk rock stardom. Ryoichi changes his name to Wild Rio and gets recruited into a band called Revolution Q, which I can only assume is an homage to Ultra Q. When he gives the genuine, heartfelt public performance of a song inspired by his loss of Pikadon, mistaken for a punk rock anti-establishment allegory for the A-bomb, leading it to becoming a watered-down and commercialized pop song, giving him the ability to get everything he ever dreamed. But you know what they say about green grass. Pikadon just wants his owner back, leading the mistreated toys on a journey to discover where they belong in a world where people grow to devalue and throw you away. I don't want to give too much away about their character growths and changes, but I will say that Santa shows up to free Pikadon, ending in a marvelous display of tokusatsu effects as a kaiju-sized Pikadon marches through explosions of miniature sets, reenacting his walk to Nippon Stadium. Pikadon is maybe the most adorable kaiju I've ever seen. So let's talk about production. There's a rushed whimsy to this movie that I absolutely love. After watching Love and Peace, I learned that Sono released a large variety of films in 2015, all of them with rushed production timelines. This could have affected the cinematography of the movie, but there are just so many shots that just have a lot to say to me, and manage to capture complex emotions in a surrealist snapshot. Everything is shot on digital, so you have a clean look on real sets, managing to capture and frame a pet turtle as an adorable, charismatic character, and it all works really well.
つむり耳を塞ぎ口をつぐみ
Getting into the tokusatsu portion of the movie, Pikadon is purposefully adorable with big googly eyes as a juxtaposition to all the destruction he causes. It would be easy for this movie to have just used a digital CG character as a turtle, but I feel that the tokusatsu suits, sets, and character effects really help Love and Peace to stand out and have its own identity. Next to the destruction scenes used as a finale to the film, there are various toys that are given life alongside of Pikadon. Some of these effects are achieved better than others, but even in the worst case scenarios, like the walk movements of Sulky, the cat toy, I just feel like the toy was magically brought to life and is bouncing around. It feels like a little goofy toy, but I kind of love it. Then there is the music, maybe the one peg this film hangs its hat on the most. Through the movie, you get the changes and manipulations of Wild Ryo's journey, taking an impassioned cry of human longing and permutates it into an overproduced, overprocessed novelty pop song. In the vein of the Rolling Stones, Can't Always Get What You Want. All the songs and various versions of them just reinforce the film's narrative themes, descending from the punk rock edge to bubblegum sways. I don't think this movie would have connected with me in such a way without the music serving as a storytelling tool. So, the recommendation should be obvious. But that's not to say this movie doesn't have any flaws. Towards the last third of the movie, it experiences a really awkward pacing problem. We start to follow Ryoichi a little too close, and sometimes it can feel like Pikadon's story has happened somewhere else entirely, diverting to following a few of his co-inhabitants' adventures and backstories. Some of the Toku effects won't be for everyone, and that's fine. Sono has a history of mixing genres of film, and this is no different. Giving away to the surreal, I take this as an auteur exploring his craft. There are a lot of strong allegorical statements, like Ryoichi being mocked on the bus and at work. I felt like this movie wanted to invoke that feeling of insecurity that most of us have. Those moments where we ask ourselves, does everybody hate me? Because I feel like the world is out to get me. This can make the film feel disjointed or divorced from reality. And it doesn't go out of its way to completely explain itself, and ends up feeling in the same space as a traditional children's story, where you never think to ask why the gingerbread man talks, you just accept that he does. But this could certainly alienate some viewers. For me, this story said something more. It points a few fingers at society, at how we degrade and devalue authenticity, bleed it dry, and then throw it away. If I'm being honest and transparent, as a YouTube content creator, I always want view growth. I want to grow my editing and writing skills. I want to become a better artist and a better on-camera personality. But that brings me to the realization of turning myself into a brand. And that brings me questions about how to keep my integrity intact. I've found a personal connection with this movie. For almost my entire life, I've played music in bands, but I also hated all of the social politics that go into being successful. I don't currently play much music. I run audio in corporate settings for very corporate people, and there are times when I feel soulless and discarded. As an outlet for creativity, I started getting into tokusatsu and creating these videos. I'm serious and passionate about it, but I also sometimes feel the social pressures of the Toku and YouTube communities, and those feelings of inadequacy when I look at my view counts and subscriber totals can be a real thing. But then I humble myself. I remind myself that I'm doing this for fun. I'm doing this because I get passionate, and I need the creative process. I love discovering new things, and all these new people I've gotten a chance to connect with has really been amazing. Every career, music, and creative endeavor is going to have social politics, And with that comes bullies and detractors. And it can feel like everybody hates you and the world's out to get you. But those bad things are not what's important in life. Staying humble and grounded is. Pay attention to those around you who love you, support you, and believe in you. And when it feels like the entire world hates you and wants you to flush your dreams down the toilet, get yourself a turtle. I saw this movie at a time when I really needed it. I'd like to watch Love and Peace once every December. I'll let this become my version of It's a Wonderful Life. It might not have the same effect on you, but I loved every imperfect minute of it. So if you have the chance to see Love and Peace this holiday season, I say go for it. Alright, that's it for me. This is probably the last episode of Toku-Rev for the year, so I just wanted to say thank you all for everything. It's been a pretty cool year, and I have a few episodes of Toku-Rev up my sleeve ready to go, so hopefully the next few won't take too long. I'm Highsea, and this has been Toku-Rev, your introduction to Tokusatsu movie and TV shows. I hope to see you next year.